I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to make it. Chill. What up, DMV? Getting money whole time, fucking bitches whole time, rapping DC whole time. Getting money whole time, fucking bitches whole time, rapping DC whole time. Whole time, doing this whole time, whole time, doing this whole time, whole time, doing this whole time. Man, you're back, doing this whole time.
Hold up, Treese. Could you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I ain't saying dancing like I wanted you to do. I'm like, hold on.
I did a little bop. I was like, at first I couldn't hear the words, and then I started to hear it more.
That was me back in my rapper days.
Okay.
A decade ago. But
What was your rap name?
Knew the Mayor.
Okay, Knew the Mayor. Okay.
Yeah, back in. How long you been? I know you rap. How long you been doing your thing?
Long time. On and off though. I took like, I don't know, a 12-year break. So
Damn.
man, years. I guess I really got serious about it around age 22. So
I don't know what that means as far as what year. I would
say 18 years, but I took a 12-year break. So I had little bits and pieces.
I had some overlap. My first album came out in 98. It was a cassette and a CD.
Oh, it was a cassette tape. Okay. Yeah, I did have a CD. Okay.
And then about when I retired, then when I came back is when I met Beazell.
Okay.
So that was my comeback in 2004 or something. And I met Beazell around that time, and I continued to rap till I moved to Georgia. And then I probably quote unquote retired like 2012. 2013, 14. But like TJ Quicksilver, I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yep, that's one of the DJs that I always used to harass.
Yeah, me too. He hosted my mixtape. Like
yeah, he's cool.
You remember Ibiza, Club Ibiza?
Yes, I do.
Well, my boy owned it, so that was like we was in there. If you was ever in Ibiza, we was the dudes.
I was in the Ibiza all the time. I actually used to know somebody that did sound there, Mark Johnson.
That name sounds familiar as hell.
Yeah, he did sound there. He's still doing some stuff right now. I think with like a band. Okay. Maybe a little gospel, but he does sound.
Okay.
Production.
When the Duma was there, my man was Clay. I used to perform with for every artist that came through.
Right. Right. Ibiza was a spot.
The spot. Imagine you and your boy grew up together and he opened up Ibiza and you rap.
Wow, that was amazing. I never rapped there, only party, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I trust me, I brought it to you. My first Ace of Spade was in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Ibiza was lit, and
it was.
So you was around in them days. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was in Ibiza Friday nights. I was in there.
You had to hear me. You had to see me on stage. My video.
Probably. I know. I seen Bobby Valentino there.
Was there when he was there?
Did I see Rick Ross there? I don't know if I can get in with Rick Ross. You were there. It's crazy when Rick Ross come here. Yeah.
He didn't show up. And that night, one night he didn't show up. And I went off on him on Twitter. So like it was, that's my brother Cliff. So we was in there like fake out. He showed up in there. He doing it. Like I'm gonna send you one of my videos. The song that just I shot at Ibiza.
You did that at Ibiza. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I performed around town everywhere, not at Ibiza, but everywhere else. And I'm sure at one of Beazell's. I met Beazell though when maybe like 2000. And that's when I was like playing around with it because I was still in high school. So I would like come to the studio and just be playing around, whatever. But once I got
Next to Flex, were you around for the Next to Flex days?
I remember that. I remember that.
Certain songs like. So I was around that Next to Flex. Next to Flex
Okay.
was already kind of established, but
Mhm.
we connected. So I don't know how. Did he ever take you to a studio
Yes.
in Landover?
I can't remember where I went to the second location. The first location was Fort Washington. That was like home studio. The
Okay.
next time, I can't remember where I was at, but I know it was bigger. But I was so young back then, I can't remember.
Yeah, I see.
But
It was in an apartment. It was an
mm,
apartment, but it was a studio. But it was
okay,
in the space, so you would know if he was. It was in the hood.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I don't remember that spot.
Okay. So he take it in. He take it in. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let me go in and get it
But
started.
yeah,
I know they're sitting here like,
okay,
what the hell is going on? We'll catch
okay.
you.
They getting some knowledge. They getting these artists that was trying to get in the industry, which
Right.
will actually I'm gonna talk about next week. But yeah,
And we'll tell them where you're gonna talk about that at in
yes,
a second. Let
yes.
me do
Hmm.
my patented
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks new, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Every week we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. And this week I got a special guest. I told you guys about a podcast episode I did when I was back home in DMV, and it was like 10, 12 of us, different podcasters came together to tackle different topics, different subject matter. And I said, hey, I know my new format is just me and my guest. So I want
Right.
every single one of y'all to come on. And they all agreed. And the first one to come on is Treese. Treese has her own podcast. She goes live on IG. I was on there last night just listening and watching. It's a crazy show. Good dude you had on there too. Dude was
Yeah, James Hunter.
I heard it
Yeah,
all in his voice. I was like, he's from home.
yeah,
But tell
yeah.
me who you are, what you do, and about your show. Before we
Okay,
get
what's up, y'all? It's Treese, or you can call me Miss Treese. I am new into the podcast industry, but I love it. Talk to Treese comes on Instagram Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And the platform is for our community, the Black community right now, to heal and grow and develop, learn one another, get more clarity on all the different situations and scenarios that we've been through in our life, and I hope other races will look at my show and learn a lot about us. We are excellent. We are beautiful. We are human. And so that's what my platform is for us to have the correct presentation. Um, I've also done music. I'm on and off with the music. Music is like a bad boyfriend to me, sometimes a good boyfriend. We on and off. So you can find my music by coming to my Instagram page at The Real Miss Treese. And from there, it'll lead you to YouTube. I have a few songs out there. I have a song called Run on YouTube. RUN Treese. Yeah, check it out.
so I watched one, and it
Mhm.
was I think it was Run. Who Can You Run To?
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yep.
watched it the other day, and yeah, I recommended. We should have played it this week, but definitely check that out. I watched it. I was there. I zoomed in. I stamped it.
Yeah.
Check it out. Um,
Yes. Run. My new thing is I'm doing R&B covers. That's like my new passion. So you can find those videos on my Instagram page at The Real Miss Trees.
I respect it. You gotta have at all times, I think, an angle, something that separates you, something that keep people interested, something that'll get them coming back.
Mhm.
If they know you
Mhm.
did one song this way and if there's another one coming, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a thing that's gonna
Yeah.
keep coming. So I respect it.
Yeah.
You got my attention.
Mhm. It's a
I respect
vibe.
it's
Thank
a,
you.
all right. As I'm looking through, okay, that is our all right. So what I do every week is I do a high and low, and that's just the way I check in with my guest host and see where you are, see what's been going on. Let me find my drop for high or low. So,
Okay.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
so high low, who wants to go first? I'll go first because I know you haven't
Mhm.
done a high low yet. But a high
Okay.
low is your high of the week, and your low of the week. So
Okay.
my high of the week was I'll flip it to my low of the week. My low of the week is life of an entrepreneur. You got highs, you got lows, and tonight I was working. I was working. I'm still trying to get my business off the ground, and I was like, I have the podcast. I have 2 things I need to do, and I almost was like, I'm not gonna do the pod tonight. I should be out in the field. I should be doing with this, and I was like, the struggles between being not only an entrepreneur or what they call it, a jobpreneur, where you have your job and you have your individual venture. I don't have a job. So I have my entrepreneurship, and then I have my podcast. And I was like, and that, I felt like that battle. Do you deal with that battle between your passion and I guess what
Definitely
is?
lifelong battle.
Yeah.
It seems like a lifelong battle. I've, had years where I went full force at trying to be an artist and get into the industry. And it takes a lot of money, and I spent a lot of money. I left myself with nothing chasing a dream. So, and it's a hard balance. I always tell people it's a very weird place in your mind, to try to function as a everyday working class person, but then also in your mind tell yourself, I am it, I am this. You are going to make it. So you have to act as such, move as such, present as such. It's like 2 different people, and you have to believe in both.
Man, you
And
preach.
that's a crazy balance.
Where my round of applause? You preaching, because I have literally embodied that. Like, I think my claim to fame, and you can, if you talk to BZL or anybody else in the industry, Oi Boys, anybody from that era, Hood Life Money, Two Face, Wale, Fat Trail, any of them, they say he was at the mall selling his CDs. Like that dude was pulling up out his truck, opening the trunk of the back of the truck. I had a Grand Cherokee, and I was just selling my CDs. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You said a mouthful right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's hard.
it is not.
It's hard. It's something that, people, not all people are going to understand. When you go to work and you got a boss and you have to, listen to someone or answer to someone, but at the same time, in your mind, you like 5 or 10 years past this. You're like, what? I'm this. Do you know who I am? And you have to believe it, because you have to go out and sell it. You have to go and step on a stage and sell to someone the same way you look at Beyonce or Rihanna or Jay-Z or 50 Cent, that I am this, So to believe that, but then also step into the 9 to 5 everyday bills, struggling to pay your bills, struggling to keep a roof over your head. It's a crazy place to be.
It is, and I've been there.
Yeah.
Nothing to say. I've been there.
Yeah.
But I made my name when I said I can't do this no more. I'm letting the 9 to 5 go. And then I dubbed myself the Master P at DC. And when I did that, that's when I got my most notoriety. But trust me, it wasn't the easiest thing to do, and it wasn't the easiest decision to make.
Right.
And I couldn't do it today. I'm not, I'm old now. Now I'm like, I ain't got that kind of balls. I wouldn't do that.
It takes a lot of boldness to walk away from something that is going to be consistent.
I wouldn't do that today. Well, damn.
Yeah, today's time.
I said that I wouldn't do that with music today, but I'm doing it. I'm still an entrepreneur, so I'm still doing it, but I wouldn't do music. I just put it that way. But fast forward, that was my low. My high of the week. I just met my little brother.
Oh wow!
And he raps.
He raps. You just met him for the first time?
Yeah.
And what's the age difference?
30 years.
30 years difference.
I'm 47. He's turning 17 Sunday. So it's his birthday
Wow.
weekend. And we doing all this.
Wow. You 47? No, you're not 47.
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Wow.
And so I'm what do you call it? So we're celebrating his birthday. He just went and got his locks twisted and braided back.
Right.
His new outfit and I'm just watching him. I'm just like, last year I ain't had no little brother.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Like
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he rapped. And, I haven't rapped I've been retired a decade. But it's like that was my biggest passion in the world.
Right, in the world, yeah.
That's what he do. So I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm living vicarious.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching like that was my high of the week. So my low
That's
was
awesome. Congratulations.
round of applause for me.
Yeah.
So what was your high and low of the week?
Oh, high and low of the week. Let's see. Let's start with my high of the week. My high of the week on Monday, my 14-year-old graduated middle school. She's going to high school. Can't believe
that.
Can't believe it. My first baby is no longer a baby.
Okay.
So I'm, of course, proud of her and her accomplishments, especially in this time, this day and time.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my high of the week, Monday. And I got two highs of the week.
Are you the mother that's screaming and clapping in the crowd and being super loud, or are you more reserved? Like, that's a good job, baby.
No, I was screaming her name. Yeah, I was screaming her name. So no, turn around, take a picture. I don't care if you're in the line. Turn around.
And videotaping it.
Huh?
Recording it on your phone.
Yep, recording, getting all of it, so I can show her later, and she can be embarrassed the second time. Yeah, so that was my high of the week. I got two highs of the week. Another high of the week is that's always a good thing. Someone that's important to me made some things very clear. So that was another high of the week.
Okay.
Shout out to him. Okay.
Okay.
Low of the week. You say, okay, you gonna give us more now.
I'm not gonna test that one. I was going. Round of applause for that person.
I'll tell y'all more about that when y'all come to talk to Treese. Okay. So no.
There it is.
Low of the week. I would say my low of the week is me realizing, well, I've already realized it, but me telling myself again, Treese, you're going to have to buckle down, budget, and like come all the way down on everything to take care of some things and to reposition yourself. So, I mean, it's not a list. It's a low because I like to spend.
That's a high too.
Yeah. It's a low high. I like to do what I want, And it's a low because as you get older, you expect for yourself to be, in a certain place or to have gotten out of certain situations by now. So that's a blower. Just like, I got to get out of this at this age.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Will Smith have you read Will Smith's book? Are you a fan? Do you like him?
I am a fan. I do. I am a fan. I would love to read his book. I haven't read it.
I've read his book at least 20 times. And
wow.
I'm a fan. I didn't realize how much of a fan I was. I'm a super fan.
A big fan. Yeah.
I didn't know that at first. But he's just a smart dude.
He is
a lot, and he's ready to share a lot. And in reading that book, whenever I was off course, the book's only been out a year or so, but I use that as my navigation tool. When I'm off course, I'm like, listen to this chapter, listen to that chapter. And I recommend everybody. I know he the bad guy because he smacked Chris Rock, but I'm just telling you, Will got a dearth of knowledge. Like I would recommend the book. Listen
I
to it.
believe you. I believe because I used to catch. I don't know why I haven't seen him lately, but I used to watch little snippets he would do. I don't know if it was on Instagram or
Instagram.
yeah.
Instagram.
And I mean, just looking at those, you can hear the knowledge and the guidance.
And if you go
Yeah.
on YouTube, this is not a Will Smith promotion. He ain't pay me. But if you go on YouTube and type in Will Smith words of wisdom,
Mhm. On it.
it'll be
Okay.
what you need. It'll
Will
be what
Smith
you
words
need.
of wisdom.
I promise you, it'll be what you need. And they have words of wisdom for damn near anybody. You can probably type
Right.
in my name and get in words of wisdom or something to come up.
Right.
The Will Smith one,
Okay.
the Will Smith one is powerful.
Okay. That's awesome. That's good to know. I believe it.
I lost my train of thought. Why the hell I'm talking about Will Smith?
Um, you were whenever you feel like you need to get put back on course, on track, or
Right, right,
refresh
right.
yourself. Yeah,
Boom, boom. There it is.
it's right there.
Okay, so
Okay.
we did our high, we did our low, and this isn't. I want to prepare y'all because I want to get into a deeper subject, something a little more, um, something that as a family we can talk about. But this
hmm
is the viral story of the week, with no disrespect, but it is the viral story of the week.
My left stroke just went viral.
Our viral story of the week, what has been impacted what has impacted social media the most, is the
hmm
untimely passing of Miss Jacky O.
hmm
I know her from Wild and Out. I know her as being DC Young Fly's wife, mother of his 3 children. That's what I
hmm
know her from. I do know a lot of people that are around her. I know a lot of
hmm
female podcasters in Atlanta that I didn't realize how
Our
close they
friends
were.
around.
I'm watching the
Yeah.
videos and I'm like, oh, y'all was super tight.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I never met her. I
hmm
know everybody that was around her apparently, but I never met her, and it's that's tough, man.
Yeah. It is.
I
It
really,
is.
I really feel for the children, DC Young Fly,
Mm-hmm.
all of her
hmm
friends and
hmm
family. When I'll clarify this. When I first heard, what happened, I was like, oh, it was, she had the surgery, and I'm like, because I lost one of my best friends to, it wasn't the mommy makeover, but it was to a weight loss surgery. I won't go
Oh,
into the
I'm
details
sorry.
of it. Ben
Yeah, I
Bezel
understand.
knows this person. If he's watching, he knows
Okay.
who we lost.
Okay.
And it immediately hit me like again, like this
Yeah.
keeps happening. But then
hmm
I realized it was a little bit different, and I don't want to focus on that part of it because I want to
hmm
celebrate her life. I don't want to be negative. Um,
hmm
but that is a blow to everyone that knew her, everyone that loved her.
Yeah.
And I was
So
just totally floored by the strength of DC Young Fly.
yes.
Did you hear
Yeah.
his
I
speech
saw that.
at the
I
funeral?
did. Yeah.
Like I,
Yeah.
I, I just
Mm.
I just lost my mother 2 months ago, and I spoke, and I didn't sound like that.
I'm so
I
sorry
didn't.
for your loss.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. But I didn't sound like that.
Yeah. He definitely has tapped into another level that many of us can't understand, or
Yeah.
we just walking in awe. Um,
Were you a fan of hers? Were you familiar?
I didn't know a lot about her. I saw her, and I started to see her more connected to DC Young Fly. Um, I hate to say I won't say I made the mistake, but I recently was going through her TikTok page. It's so hurtful. Like, she seems to be an amazing mom, amazing, amazing mom, and their children are so young. They're so young. They're like maybe 6'5" or 6'4" in 9 months or 10 months, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my heart just goes out so bad for all her children. And you just think about the mindset of them. The 6-year-old clearly knew who her mom was. That's just such a loss to be snatched out like that. And the other two, kids just naturally yearn for their mom, like not just calling out their name, just internally. So just to not have that there anymore, I just feel so bad for them. Um, and DC Young Fly. I can't imagine the different things that play through his mind and, all the different choices and time. He spends a lot of time on the road to take care of his family, and she was doing what she needed to do, holding down at home. And that's just it's so unfortunate. She's so young. They're young.
It's heartbreaking. And I've
Yeah.
befriended some surgeons in Atlanta. Shout out to Dr. Curves.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how dangerous those procedures are until something happens. And I don't want to focus on that. I mention it, but I don't want to focus on it. I want to.
Yeah. I mean, I feel I think I can speak a little for you to say we're the type of people that we're sad because of the loss. We're not focused on, what was it? What happened? And who made a choice? And why did this? Why did that? But the message is definitely for women that are thinking of getting it. You have to know that it is a risk. Any surgery doesn't have to be plastic surgery. Any surgery is a risk that something can go wrong. All of us are different. All of our bodies are different. We have different health issues or whatever going on. But the biggest thing I would say to women, and I don't know at all. I haven't heard all the specifics in her case, but a lot of women need to understand your state of your health before you make these decisions is vital. And I can speak on that because I've had surgery, and my regular doctors, they took me through so many different tests. Everything has to get tested. You really are supposed to be in perfect shape. And I was lucky enough to where the surgeon I dealt with, she was very anal, and I went down there to go ahead and start that day. I flew to Miami, actually. I had my surgery in Miami. I coughed, right? I was naked. She about to mark me up with the marker. I coughed. She stopped and said, "What was that?" And I just, I told her, I've been having allergies a little bit. She said, "Yeah, but have you been bringing up like saliva?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been spitting." She said, "We're not doing the surgery today." So I was a little upset because I spent a lot of money to go to Miami, everything. But she explained to me, anything can happen with you having this cold if I open you up today. And I am thankful for her because she actually said something to me. She said, because they ask you a million questions. You fill out a book like this about everything in your life. She said, "You have 2 daughters. I can't put you on a table and you develop pneumonia because you had this little cold and I'm putting this straw in you." And that was just my situation. So she rescheduled me 3 weeks later. And I had to go back through chest x-ray and all of that again. I'm thankful that she was that anal and she didn't care just about the money. And again, I don't know the details at all on Miss Jacky O, but all the women out here that's watching and going to watch this, you have to make sure, do everything you can. Even if you have the perfect health, something can go wrong because nothing is promised. But take your health serious first. It's not, a fly-by-night thing.
Yeah.
I feel for them.
Am I in a position to say, because this is what I struggle with, because as a man, stay out of women's business. But I want to say this, and I hope it's okay to say it. Like, ladies, whatever you think you need to do to make how you feel about yourself more positive, I encourage you to do it. And I ride with you on it. You don't have to do it. There is someone who will love you for you. And I know that she had somebody that loved her. So she didn't do it like, I ain't got nobody, so I got to do it. But I'm just like, if there is any external pressure on you, fuck them.
Yeah. And I think women, we put pressure on ourselves for perfection. And you always hear people say, perfection is not realistic. Nothing is perfect. But a lot of us, or we women, are aiming for that. But I think that's, shout out to you. You need to clap for that. That's important for women to hear that someone's going to love you no matter what. You don't need to.
No more, because
Yeah,
and
she's beautiful. She's very beautiful, very beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah, I looked at her page. I was like, man, I don't even know. I don't know what she wanted, but she was beautiful. You know.
And that's what I wanted to say, but I was afraid to say it. I looked at
Yeah,
the page, and
but I get it. She's a mom of three. Her kids are born very close together. She probably just wanted to snatch everything back. She's in the industry, you know. She's also has a career in the industry. So understand, you know, and some things that your body go through when you carry children will never go back to the same naturally. You can work out a million times. Some stuff got to get cut off. So that's what, you know.
fellas, give women the freedom to look how they look. They let you look how you look.
Right.
I don't see dudes going around getting 6-pack
Without hanging balls or whatever. It's like I'm playing. Y'all get your ball snatched.
but like she said, and rest in peace, Jacky O. We love you. We miss you.
Yes.
The whole city of Atlanta is feeling it, and I'm here in the middle of it. And
praying for these babies. I'm so glad they got a strong support system, man. Babies need so much love.
And a lot of the women that are around her, from my limited experience, I can say I think they'll do the right thing. I think
that's what it's
my limited purview.
Just hug them babies, man. Y'all going over their house, hug them, hold them kids. Them kids need to be held because that's what they was used to.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And before we get out of the Bible stories, Shannon Sharpe, we didn't do an episode last week. I actually duped them with a double episode. There was an episode that I did a few weeks back that I felt like was like the best episode of the year. And I was like, you're getting this.
Okay.
So I want to address some things from last week. Shannon Sharpe left. Well, he left this week from Undisputed. Do you watch Undisputed? Are you hip to what's going on?
I have watched it here and there. Like I've watched some popular interviews, but I wasn't on every single one of them. But I did watch his, when he announced that he would be leaving.
Well, I'm a fanatic.
You're a fanatic. It's like a very good show.
Yeah. So I'm all about DC sports, and then we can expand it to sports in general. But I'm a fanatic, and Shannon
fanatic
had become my favorite sports pundit. Because I look at sports anytime I see you on TV, radio, podcast, are you saying what I would say? Who are you?
Right.
Do you speak to my audience? Can I learn from you? Can you learn from me? Are you as good as me? And I really do think that way when I look at everybody. So I look like, you know more sports than I know?
Right.
Dang.
He was good. I mean, he was good.
Right. Then it's like, but you a nigga like me? Well, the yak and the
Right. Okay. Yeah, you that.
Are you gonna do this? Is it? Damn, you did that too? And he's my favorite person in sports right now. His show, I was growing tired of his show because of his co-host. But I was thrilled to learn he was leaving, and I think he's gonna land on his feet.
Oh yeah.
I feel a way about how his co-host spoke to him. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I thought that was a fancy ring cam ring. We got the new joint.
That's his co-host trying to stop the show. I definitely appreciate Shannon. I love his insight.
His energy.
Hell yeah, his energy.
Yeah, that was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, for you to feel his energy, I'm like, see.
Yeah. Every time the clips I saw, I was like, okay.
What's up, Unc?
Yeah, he's delivering.
I think that he'll continue to do his podcast. Of course, he has autonomy over that. I wonder if he's gonna go to ESPN in some capacity or pop up in some other place in a capacity. I know the podcast is gonna keep going. Do you have a guess as to what you think? Stephen A. inviting him to ESPN. So I would assume
that would be dope.
Fox, I would assume Fox has some kind of a what is it, non-compete?
Contract. Yeah.
That's that. So I don't think ESPN right away, But do you have
Right.
any guesses to where you think he might go? I'm thinking he's gonna keep doing the podcast and maybe do pop-up spots here and there. What do you?
Yeah, actually, I agree with that. I could see him doing pop-ups. I don't see him going right to ESPN. I agree with you. I think Fox would have covered themselves on that.
Mhm.
But I think for him and Steven to do something together would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Whoa, that would
Because
be crazy. That would be a takeover.
it was it was like, yeah, come in once a week and do something with me. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah, that would be dope. Now I'd be watching that with popcorn.
No bull, because I'm not watching Skip Show anymore. I may watch it just to see who comes
I
on,
could just get that.
but I'm not watching
Right.
it. But Shannon, I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it. Like wherever he
Yeah.
goes, I'm gonna make sure I follow. So,
Yeah.
Be cool, baby.
okay, that was the wrong
Yeah.
song. I was trying to give him a round of applause, but
Yeah. He gonna land on his feet for sure. I mean, he on his feet.
for sure.
Hmm.
All right, now getting into our viral story of the week.
Okay.
And this is actually going to be another song by me. We started, the intro song was one of my songs. And
Okay.
now I do the podcast. I'm like, yeah, we still going to play my music. It's my podcast.
Okay.
This is our What the Fuck story of the week.
It's the mayor. Stay what the fuck? You know what it is. What the fuck?
Our what?
All right, I like that one.
Okay.
Can you still hear me? I had to take my earpiece out.
I hear you loud and clear.
All right, cool.
Okay. Our What the Fuck story of the week. This is something that you actually mentioned you wanted to make sure we address some of these things. And it was the mother of four who lost her life. The kids, I'm trying to tell the story correctly. Her kids were outside playing. A white mother across the way thought they were too loud or whatever. So she attacked them. They went in the house to tell their mother. The mother came out, went knocking on the door, like, basically, how dare you put your hands on my children? How dare you attack my children? Tired of this. And the cowardly bitch shot the black woman through the door.
Yep,
so I
through the
don't see
door.
how she could get away with it because you're shooting someone through the door. They weren't in your home. You weren't in immediate danger. They weren't.
She didn't have a weapon.
She didn't have a weapon. You shoot her through the door in front of one of her children. And I'm tired of it. My brother texted me like, dog, I'm sick of this shit. We need to I won't tell you what he said because I don't want to incriminate me or him.
Don't want nobody show up. Right.
Right. Don't come knocking on my door about what I
Right.
said on this podcast. But I'm tired of it. And I
Yeah.
echo his sentiments. Like, we're not going to keep putting up with this. This
It's
isn't gonna keep
it's
going.
unbelievable. And actually I'm going to talk about this a little bit on my show next week too. But it's unbelievable a few things. One, that people really feel that I can do this. And it's unbelievable at the level of hate that people have. Like, that woman is a hateful, evil person to do that.
Right. She ain't listening to NBA Youngboy. She ain't listening to Lil Durk. Can't blame it on rap.
Right.
It's who she is.
That's who she is. And we Black people have to live with knowing this is what we're surrounded by. How many of these people are just like her surrounding us? Is this my neighbor? Is this my coworker? Is this the guy sitting next to me in a car? It's just crazy. And it's sad that the system hasn't made a choice to say, this is what we're going to do from now on for crimes like this, period. They still protecting him. She posting bond after a murder. I mean,
murder.
How can we ever get ahead? The people that's in the system, in charge of the system, running the system, might have the same mind as her. So where are we going to ever get to?
Nowhere until some
Yeah.
things change. Until some of the people who make the laws change, how they look, who they are. Until that changes, we're not going to get anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to vote. That's why
Yeah.
your vote counts. That's why the local vote counts.
Yes.
Not just, keep Trump out of office, but the vote in general. That's why that counts so much. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's sad. It's scary. It's like, how do you keep your hope and your faith? We in 2023. I mean, that was just like a lynching. She made her decision, swiftly acted on it, done. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
What more to say, but rest in peace and prayers and positive energy to the family. And just
to her children.
Yeah.
A shocking, devastating way to lose your mom. Right. That's crazy.
I don't even know what to say. It happens too much. And we're now at a point where we can't just go, I hope it gets better.
Right.
I'm calling on everybody to make sure that we make it get better.
What is going to change in this situation? What is going to come out of this situation? Yet again. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Do I have to? I don't want to do the whole roll call because we got Eargasm. I'm telling
there's
you.
a whole
Floyd.
What's the young lady? Sandra Bland.
Sandra. Yeah.
Who was asleep in her house when she got murdered?
That was she was like a ambulance person.
Right. Exactly. And she was in the bed sleeping.
And her name is on the tip of my Breonna Taylor.
And that's the bad part. It's so many.
Yeah, so many. And also Ahmaud running down the street jogging. It's just what makes me so angry about this world? All of these different systems and all of these different processes or whatever. Where is one person in place? Why isn't the president or someone right under the president able to just step in these situations and say, you know what, this is how we're going to handle this. Anything like this happens, this is exactly how we're going to handle this. That's it. I mean, I understand the process of our legal court system and all of that. People have to get taken through trial. You have to prove stuff. But when you have a video of a murder happening, George Floyd, Ahmaud, even that was on video of what they did, how they videoed it. Why isn't it swoop, swap, done? Why are we going through all of this for something that's just clearly wrong? It's such a waste.
They don't care.
It's such a waste of time.
Not the funniest thing, but the most ironic thing is Michael Jackson had this song in the 90s. They don't really care about us.
Right.
And it just rings true to this day. But we're not crying about it. We're not whining about it. We're going to do something about it. And I saw someone say in the middle of the pandemic when the Eargasm and all of that stuff was going on, we should be happy. All we want is equality and not revenge. And I heard that and I was like, that is the most powerful statement I may have ever heard. You should be happy. All we want is justice and not revenge.
Right. That's it.
Be happy.
Yeah.
But let's stay happy. Let's move on to some other stories.
Yes.
Some of this stuff is still going to be, but some of it's
I mean, James Hunter from my podcast, he even made a statement that said, what is all of our mental state after dealing with years of this, even if just seeing it? Like, what is the mental state of a Black person?
All of us need therapy.
Yeah.
All of us. And especially these next people who are nominated for the Don't Be Dumb Award. I definitely see trauma in their past. But let's move to the Don't Be Dumb Award.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Lil bro John Morant.
Who was that?
John Morant, the basketball player. Don't act like you don't know because y'all dated in high school. John Morant.
What? You like it because I need to catch up on this story.
Yeah. So you and your high school boyfriend John Morant. John, if you guys don't know, he's an NBA player. He's having the career that anyone would dream of, making the money and the status and the acclaim that anybody could want. And he just keeps going on Instagram Live, waving guns and pistols in the air like he back in the hood. He's not in the hood. He's made it out. He is $100 millionaire, and he's playing in the NBA. And we cannot figure out why he keeps choosing to play with guns on the internet. Not in his privacy of his home, not with his boys, not at the gun range, but just on the internet, at strip clubs and out in public forums. He was at a strip club, filmed, with his shirt off, jeans on, tipping a girl. I don't have no issue with that. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. He did have a gun he was waving in the air, and I was odd. I may have a lot of issue with it, but it was odd. Like, why are you
Right, it was odd.
gun while you getting the lap dance? It's weird. Knowing you're an NBA player, they suspended him 8 games, and like, you gotta relax. He's like, I know I gotta relax. I've been tripping. I'm doing too much. I'm about to cut all that back. Don't even worry about it no more. And then him and his boy went on Instagram Live with him holding the gun, just waving it in the camera. And it's like, this was like 2 weeks later. And it was like, the NBA told you, you can do what you want. You have the right to own a weapon. Like, that's legal. Don't get on the internet doing that. Don't get on Instagram and Facebook doing that. He said, okay, I messed up. I won't do it again. 2 weeks later.
Won't do it again. Okay.
He's back on the internet with a gun like, hey, I'm back.
Okay. So, have we cleared? Is he indulging in some extra activities that's changing the mindset? That's question number 1.
I believe he might.
How old is he?
I mean, he's about 24, 22.
Oh, he's 24. Okay.
He's a young dude. But it's like,
I mean, what is it?
We know it not to get ourselves in trouble. We're going to hide what we need to hide. But I think one thing with this new generation is they don't know what to hide no more. They're not hiding anything anymore. And that's not a bold statement. That's not gangster. Real bad boys move in silence. That's been the old.
Yeah. This clearly is like attention, wanting to, he's trying to create a look for himself, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want nobody to know what you're really doing. You want to, I'm a good guy, and I go to church every day, and then you can go do your dirt, and then if you get caught, you can be like, I'm the good guy. Oh, no, he doesn't. I'm not bad, man. He never hurt nobody. But now they want to be known before they even do the crime. They want to be known that they will do the crime before they even do it.
But I mean, have they taken away some of his NBA rights?
He is going to be suspended. Going forward, they haven't announced it. The rumor is it's going to be half the season. He's already lost $40 million. I'm
about to say, I feel like the only way for somebody to really start calming down is to freeze that money.
He lost $40 million, then did it again. You get my frustration?
Does he want out? Do he want out? Like, is he sabotaging himself? Or is he just so young and simple that this is just fun right now?
I haven't been able to figure it out.
I just feel like you're being simple, and what is it going to take? Somebody to get hurt for you to then be flipping, crying, I ain't mean to do it, or whatever. Like, I don't know.
He's gone to shoe stores. His mother was at a shoe store, and somebody cussed her out. He pulled up with all his boys and a gun. Another team he got into it with during the NBA game. One of his boys is doing an infrared dot in their bus. They can't prove it was a gun, but the infrared dot came from his car. It's like, what you doing?
Oh, it just sounds like he just gone power crazy. He just, and the young people that's with him, they all got the same mindset. We got money. We can do what we want. Like, it's all gone to their brain, which is a dangerous place to be.
I'm calling for at least a half season suspension, if not a whole season suspension. Not to punish him, but to save his life.
Yeah, and I hope he changed, because even with them, suspending him or whatever, is he still going to go out in these clubs, hang out? Now he got more time. Now he depressed. He not playing. But we don't want him to come across the wrong person with this energy that he putting out.
The commissioner,
so he's gonna have to get it together.
Yeah, the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, said, "We're not going to announce this punishment yet. We're going to wait till the NBA finals are over. But what's most important is that we don't just kick him out of the league for this amount of time and he goes back and does whatever he does. We want to make sure he's engaged and he's still on the right path." And I respect that. Because he's like, if we just say you're suspended for this amount of time and then he goes back and kicks it with his boys and still playing with guns and all this, then it doesn't save his life.
Right.
It doesn't help him. It just
right.
puts him in
Yeah. I think that's a good move. He better get it together though. Like,
I respect it. You got these white men trying to save your life. Come on, dog.
On the flip side, now look at this situation, on the flip side.
Exactly.
Exactly. We got to know when to do and when not to do, when to do better. Like, come on.
Yeah. And Ja, I was a little bit hard on you right now, but what I'll also add is it's not too late.
Right.
Clean your shit up.
Right.
Do what you got to do. Be the face of the NBA going forward. Make hundreds and hundreds of more millions. Take care of all your niggas and your whole family and give back to the community and be the example that you can change. Ain't nobody writing you off.
Yeah.
You just saying get your shit together.
Yes. Yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He better take that. He better see that.
Yeah.
Everything plays a factor. Family support, right people putting the right stuff in throughout this successful process of yours. Like,
you're 100% right. And then next, instead of being on this topic segment, you can be in the next segment, which is the Nipsey Hussle segment, which is the Award for Excellence and Achievement. Rest in peace, Nipsey. You always got a segment here on a Pod Named Kickback.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you're on a marathon,
You're on a marathon. And we need you to get on your marathon, John Morant. But somebody who's been on that marathon that we got to applaud. Where my round of applause at right now? Because I have never been a big fan of the Tyler Perry movies. Okay. I've always been a big fan of Tyler Perry.
Okay.
I respect what he's done, what he's accomplished. We independent artists. We know what it's like to, go sell 2 CDs or, to do a show in front of 40 people only. And Tyler Perry came from that. And to be in Atlanta and see his land, see that there is an exit on the highway, Tyler Perry Studios exit, an entire exit. You want to go to that side of town? That side of town is called Tyler Perry Studios.
Yes.
Your homegirl be like, you meet a guy tomorrow and like, hey, where you live at? I'm off the Tyler Perry exit.
Right.
That's what he's
amazing.
Doing.
Yes.
And he's done even more. He just purchased BET, which is now Black owned again. Goddamn it, Ronnie. And for the first time, VH1 is now Black owned.
Black owned.
Another round of applause.
Yes.
And I'm not the biggest Tyler Perry movie fan, but I might be the biggest Tyler Perry fan.
Yeah.
I love what he's done.
Yeah.
I respect what he's done. I
just like to say he's a Virgo. Virgos, that's just how we do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we do it.
My listeners know how I feel about Virgos.
Uh-oh. That's how Virgos do it.
Okay.
How you feel about Virgos? You must have had a Virgo woman before.
Yeah, she just
a whole nother show.
A whole nother show. How about I come on your show and talk about the Virgo?
Cool. All right.
But
we can. I should do that. Zodiacs. We might have to do that. Bam.
We definitely could. We definitely could. But I definitely appreciate what he's done, and I applaud him, Virgo or not. Now, he getting mad
Yeah, he working.
And I don't know no bad. I don't know any unsuccessful Virgos. I'll put it that way.
Beyonce's a Virgo.
I know, facts. And the one I'm talking about got the same birthday as Beyonce. So
okay.
But my best
Treese
friend
is a Virgo.
Treese is a Virgo. and my best friend, you got a bunch of dudes you cool with, but the one I was like, he's a great man.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Virgo.
He's the best man I know.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy, does everything. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. We all got our stuff.
But to be a nigga and hold it down in all the respectable areas, I like, bro, you the best nigga I know. And he's a Virgo. So just
Virgos have good hearts, good intentions.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Let me stop for
we could be OCD.
What you talking about?
We could be OCD. We could be perfectionists.
Yeah, y'all the overthinkers.
Yeah.
Y'all definitely the overthinkers. But just want to give it up to Tyler Perry, man.
But yeah, shout out to Tyler Perry. I mean, I just feel like he has been a big example for sticking to your passion no matter what. And then when you get in there, you constantly, he's a big giver. A lot of the people that he put on and a lot of the movies and the shows that he creates, he's given these actors and actresses a chance and made them believe in themselves more. And it just grows and grows. And I think he's just positioned himself in the right places, in the right rooms. He's seems to be genuine and passionate. You genuine, passionate, and a hard worker, that's a combination for success. So
I wholeheartedly agree. I mean,
and a whole bunch of money.
A whole bunch of money. I mean, Tyler Perry is the man.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think that when he was first doing his little gospel plays. I don't watch the gospel plays. So I'm a 5%.
I like all of them.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I never seen him. But I saw his work. I saw what he accomplished.
Yeah.
And I gotta goddamn
he just constantly build. And I feel like 50 Cent is doing that too. But he started off with the plays, and then the plays became sitcoms, and then the sitcoms grew into a movie, and then part 2 of movies, and then his sitcoms of a family will create another family, and then they'll get their sitcom. And then he kind of hit on like the nighttime thing with some of these nighttime shows is really like daytime soap operas at night, and then he starts taking his own roles. And it's just like the way it just grows with him. It's amazing.
Facts.
Structure.
I mean, he the man. He doing his thing. Until you miss all your shout outs. You got birthday, my little brother right here right now. You got your birthday shout outs, all that. You missed all that. Matter of fact, come to the people.
What's up, little bro?
Come to the people.
They do.
Hey. Hey, little bro.
That's my little brother. He turned 17 to Sunday. Saturday.
All right. Happy birthday early.
Happy early. Everybody say happy early birthday. You know what I'm saying? And
you ready to turn up?
Already. He got his head done.
Do it.
With his little wife beater on. Yeah. He doing the gym together. You think you're doing something. Okay, how you doing something? He about let me show you.
Show you right now. I can show you right now.
I can't even say nothing because he get it honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same damn way.
There you go.
Let's get into one of our favorite segments of the week. This or that. And Universal and all these record companies is trying to sue us. Black Sheep, we got love for you, but we can't play the whole thing because they be trying to censor us on YouTube and take away our monetization. Yeah. But I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Okay. That was quick.
Because they will demonetize the entire episode.
I know.
So I love you, Black Sheep Dreads, Mr. Long. Love y'all dudes, man. But pause.
But respect. We gonna respect that.
Gotta respect. So this week's this or that, and this or that is usually a relationship segment, a dating topic. So
Okay.
Treese, I want to ask you, what are your deal breakers and what are your must-haves? Because I think whenever you're looking at going into a successful relationship or maintaining one, you have to have your deal breakers, and you have to have identified your deal breakers, even if it's none. You should identify that it's none. You should identify your must-haves, even if it's none. You should identify that it's none. So, do you know what your deal breakers and must-haves are?
Deal breaker is definitely verbal abuse. Verbal abuse, any attempts in physical abuse.
Absolutely.
Deal breaker also is if I see that there's no progress, no plan, no movement in us to move to the next step, nope,
If it's
deal
stagnant,
breaker. Yeah. And a deal breaker also is someone that maybe doesn't have any patience at all, because you need to have patience with children. And so since I have children, then you have to possess some of these things. I have to look out for them first. So
thanks.
yeah, those are deal breakers.
Must
At
have.
this time in my life too, not possessing any qualities or any signs of being able to lead. Like if you are just still trying to figure a lot of things out, then that's a deal breaker for me because of where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it on that pretty much.
What about must-haves?
Must-haves. Must-haves, I would say a lot of dating, no matter how old a relationship get or how long we've been together. That's a must-have. Must-have transparency, communication on everything. Like no matter how big or small it is, you got to communicate every single thing. That's a must.
I agree.
Because that's going to help you last.
Mm-hmm.
And must have a lot of intimacy, a lot of romance, a lot of sex.
I'm not disagreeing at all.
Yeah.
So are those your deal breakers and must-haves?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm rocking with that. I'm rocking with that.
Okay.
I'm
About you?
going in the same order. Yeah, right. I go in the same order as you. So I guess as far as deal breakers, I can't do. There are levels of insecurity and jealousy I can't do. If I give you a reason to be insecure or jealous, then you reap what you sow. If I put that into you, then that should come out of you, and I understand that. I can't handle just insecure for the sake of being insecure. I can't handle controlling me or attempts to control me because of your particular issue with an ex. I think you got to heal before you date, and I shouldn't suffer, but so much behind what the last man did. Nobody's perfect. We all carry baggage, so I have to own some of it, But like, it should be a very minimal amount. I can't do lack of ambition. I've been wanting to be the number one rapper on earth since I was a child. Then it was the number one podcaster, the number one insurance salesman. My goals are all the way up. If your goal is to just chill, eventually that's not.
That's a good one.
I also I can't do lies.
Yeah.
I am very, very honest. Like I used to be like, I don't never lie. Now sometimes I'll shade the truth to save a film. I used to be totally like, no, I'm gonna tell you. And then I realized like I was honest, but I was also hurtful. I could,
Okay.
maybe I could shade that a little bit so it don't
Yeah.
hurt. I ain't gotta hurt nobody because I
Yeah.
want to be, because I'm trying to be super honest, man. I'm hurting everybody's feelings.
Right.
And I'm
That
like,
was a
all right,
good
that doesn't
observation.
work. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. Don't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
I can sugarcoat it, which isn't a lie, but I don't do lies. And but I will, I can accept sugarcoating or something like that. But when I
Okay.
was younger, I'm like, I don't lie, nobody lie. And I'm like, dog, if you tell everybody the truth, you're gonna hurt everybody. Like,
Yeah.
you can't,
Cutting
like,
everybody.
yeah, like, relax. You just going around
Right.
stabbing people, like, chill. And I also I observe people and how they interact with others. And if you don't have any healthy relationships, I'm not expecting ours to be the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, deal breaker. And
Okay.
of course, crack and all that,
Right.
anything
Major
crazy.
drugs.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that's deal
Yeah.
breakers.
Deal breaker. Yeah. Good point.
My must-haves is well, I don't want to use the same thing, but honesty is a must-have.
Mm-hmm.
Communication.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding each other's communication style is a must-have.
Mm-hmm.
My phrase is set the expectation and communicate when it changes.
Right.
And I think that speaks universally to everybody's
Yeah, that's a
communication
good
style.
one. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But that's how I view it. We
Yeah.
need to be able to communicate.
That's what needs to happen. Because you're not gonna you might luck up, but most you're not gonna automatically communicate the same.
Right.
So
But if you said, this is what I want, 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 and then, hey, I don't want that no more. Because you could tell somebody, I'm trying to make it something easy. I love going out to movies on Fridays. And then the first 5 years I go to movies on Fridays, you're like, nigga, if we go to one more movie, but if you don't tell him your
right.
movie part, he ain't gonna know.
Right.
He's still trying to trying to
You have to
live out
communicate.
that love language. And growth, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, financial growth. I am all about growth. I am about improving it. And I can show you in every area where I've improved, probably every 4 to 6 months. I need to see the same thing with you. I don't expect nobody to be perfect, but I expect improvements, ritualistic, continuous improvements. And that's a must. I don't want to see any stagnation. I have dated polyamorously, pretty sexually open guy. I would need that. I would need that. And that's not to say
Wait,
I
you
need
would
a woman
need
that's
what's
poly.
that?
I would need openness. I would need adventurous. I would need somebody
Okay.
really ambitious. Now, the ways I've dated aren't mandatory. I dated poly before. I don't have to be poly now. I can be with one woman and this is us. Forget
Okay.
everybody else.
Okay.
Or I could be, we have a girlfriend. It could be whatever it is, and I could be, I don't want to get too crazy, but toys could be a thing. Toys cannot be a thing. But the overall theme of what I'm saying is adventurous.
Adventurous.
Ambitious,
Got it.
willing
Okay.
to try different things, and whatever
Right.
works for us works, and whatever don't. I
Right.
don't put no obligation. You better like what I no. That's
Right.
just stuff. Let's
Okay.
see what happens. If
Right.
you don't like it, I don't like. Most likely, I ain't gonna like it neither.
Right.
If I get
Okay.
most of my
So
pleasure
just
out of it,
openness, open,
sexual openness, absolutely.
trying things.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped me because I probably would have went on for 30 minutes. And this you gotta do. Yeah, so that and I'm spiritual. I'm a 5%er. I study a lot of Egyptian traditionalism, and I wear ankh everywhere I go. I usually have 2, 3, 4. I don't want a traditional religious person.
Yeah.
A Christian probably. And have most of my family Christian. I'm gonna love you to death, but it probably is going to be a disconnect at some point.
Yeah, that's
Um,
interesting.
yeah. So I don't. I used to feel like I'm in America. I'm not gonna date a Christian woman. I'm dating black women in America. She's gonna be Christian. But now I'm like, well, now I done made it this far and I ain't settled down and got married. I don't want a Christian. Maybe I don't have to have one.
I dated a 5%er.
Really?
And I did get to the question where I was like, have you ever thought of not dating all these Christian women? Because it seems like everyone that you're dating as a Christian is failing. So why would you keep dating? You know where you stand spiritually, what your beliefs are. You know where most Christians stand. Why would you keep dating Christian women? Now, I get that, Mike. I don't want to know if it's safe to say that's the majority, but that's probably what you're surrounded by. But why would you keep? He was like, oh, the women that, believe in what I believe in, they're not in my area. I'm in the wrong area. I'm like,
I mean, unfortunately, when you choose to do these different things, think outside the box, like just be what it be. Like, if I was in Saudi Arabia, it'd be a little different. I'm in America, and I'm black in America, and that's why I've always, I think, probably 95% of the women I've dated have been Christian, and I'm evolved to the point where it hasn't been really a problem, but it's just like, this is just where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel what he's saying, but if you go into everything trying to change somebody, then you gotta, that's another issue.
Right, that's a whole nother issue.
If you've accepted the fact that this is where I am, this is what goes on, then you need to accept that that's what she, you know what I'm saying? Like, the bulk of my family is Christian. And I don't mean like a little bit. I mean like preachers and like, but when we hang out, I'm not bringing that up. Hey, how you doing?
Right.
You want to argue
It
about the
was
Bible?
interesting.
Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do what we do. But that is something that I would aim for, you know what I'm saying? And I think that must have a love for music. Doesn't have to be involved in music. But I listen to music. Like, music is like damn near my love language. You gotta at least like
so
music.
you gotta okay.
I gotta tell you, like, hey, did you hear? Like, and we'll talk about it in the Eargasm segment. But you hear Ombre's album? Did you hear so and so album? Like, I want to at least know some of these albums, some of these songs, without me playing every song for it. Like when Usher's, have you heard Usher's song Glue?
You know what?
You know, but
I was gonna say no, but I feel like I have.
Well, it came out this year. Didn't have a video, wasn't much fanfare, but it is I would call it homage to Prince. He's singing in a falsetto. Little John made the beat, but it's called Glue, and it's like Insatiable. It's like a love making song.
I'm thinking of something I heard from Chris Brown. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I went and saw Usher in Vegas a year or so ago. And,
did you like it? I heard it was a great show.
It was lit, man.
Yeah, I heard. Lit.
You know, it was lit. It was, and I had really good seats, and he did his thing, and it was my first outside foray after COVID. You know, I was when COVID hit, I was in the house. Man. Everybody
shut down
8 years or whatever. So that was my first big thing, and it was amazing. Usher's a beast. Usher's.
Yeah, I heard it was amazing.
And it's better now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, well, I hear it's better now.
I've heard people go now.
His new song Blue, like I put it immediately on my Choke and Stroke playlist. I was like, oh,
it's called Blue or Glue?
Glue. Like
Glue.
stick.
Okay.
Like he's talking about the woman. He's your glue. Like
oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Okay.
It's one of them. And if you want the Choke and Stroke playlist, everybody, it used to be the old Choke. I had all my Apple Music deleted. I don't know how it happened. White man ate me, but it's all back up. And the new Choke and Stroke playlist is up. The Pod Named Kickback weekly music playlist is up. So if you're not hip to the new music and you wonder what's out now, get the Pod Named Kickback playlist. It's in the description.
That's perfect.
And if you want the chilling with my boo on my duo, my playlist, the Choke and Stroke, and you want to hear Glue, that's up there. So you can
Okay.
look at both of those.
I'm gonna give you my review on the glue.
Both. Please do,
Okay.
please do. And all right, Netflix and chill. I just want to see kind of what you've been watching.
Okay.
We'll run through this really quickly, but I do want to see what you've been watching. I'll tell you what I've been watching. So we
Okay.
get
Cool.
an idea of what has been going on in the world.
What does that even Netflix and chill? What does that even mean?
So Netflix and chill. Really quickly, I'm watching a show called From on Amazon MGM Plus.
Okay. From.
It's Harold Perrineau, the dude that played Merce on The Best Man, dude with the dreads on The Best Man, the little nerdy guy.
Okay.
Well, he not nerdy. He cut all his hair off and he buff. And he's a sheriff in the town. And if you wind up in this town, you wind up getting lost. You were traveling, and then you just wound up in this town mysteriously. And they're like these zombie creatures that come out at night. So you have to stay in your homes at night. It's crazy. And the thing about it is, I don't know what's going on, and nobody that's watching it knows what's going on. All we know is that if you go outside at night, that's your ass. And if you don't have this talisman on your door when you lock it, that's your ass.
You're done.
And it's crazy.
Okay.
It's entertaining. I just want to know what is the final,
How's it
what's going on. Because they have suspense. We're at the penultimate episode, so it's only 2 more left. And I want to know it's 2 seasons. What is going on? What are these how do you wind up in this mystical town? Is it
how'd you get there? Yeah.
I definitely recommend that. I took my little cousin to see The Little Mermaid. I don't know if I think we do follow each other on Facebook, but I was saying that since Chloe's in it, Haley's in it, I wanted to see The Little Mermaid. But I've never watched the cartoon. I had never seen it. I don't know much about it, but it's a black girl in it, black girl magic. I want to see it. And I posted that I wanted to see it. And one of my cousins was like, you could take, take her child, basically. And I was like, okay. I don't know about myself. So I went and I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it? I heard it was good.
I enjoyed it. But whenever you put black women on the screen, black girl magic, I'm going to like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I didn't see the first one, so I don't have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
There was a black woman doing her thing. She was singing beautifully. Great acting job. Great, what do you call it? The visuals. So I like it.
Yeah.
I just can't compare it to
I gotta see it. I want to see it with my 3-year-old. I'm not sure if my 3-year-old will sit still in a movie just yet, all the way through. But I know she would like this movie. So.
Have you seen the original?
I used to see like a little cartoon come on, but I don't think I've seen the original. Was that movie?
Yeah, I think the movie is a cartoon. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't really think so. Okay. Wasn't into it like that. Yeah.
Whenever
we into it now.
Right. Whenever I tell people that, like, you weren't into the, I'm like, no, I'm on 47. No, that probably came out when I was 30. No, why would I be watching that? I ain't no kids.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
They're like, you ain't watching? Like, no.
No. Yeah.
But I did notice on MGM and HBO, and Disney, that Creed 3 was out.
Yeah.
And Avatar 2.
Oh, okay. Avatar 2.
So I watched Creed 3 and I enjoyed it. Some of the fight scenes left something to be, desired. But the overall movie, I'm a big Rocky fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Rocky fan. I have a close person that loves Creed. I love Rocky. Like, I love Rocky. That used to be my movie. Rocky used to always come on HBO too in the summertime. But yeah, Creed is dope. Very good acting. Very good movie. Movies.
Into Avatar?
No.
I watched the first one. Absolutely loved it.
You loved it, yeah. I can't get into them. I can't.
Part 2 was a little difficult for me to really love. Maybe it's been too long, but part 1, I loved it. Part 2 was cool.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to watch. I think that they filmed up to 5 movies. So we're going to get 3 more. And I'll watch them.
The visuals look cool. The visual, all the special effects and the visuals look so cool. But movies like that literally just, it's like rocking a baby. Like, I'm going to be out in 5 minutes. I don't know why.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad
But
at
people love that. People love Avatar.
you.
Anything about the space and the creatures. Oh, it's just like baby music. That's terrible.
Well, so do you like sci-fi at all?
I do like sci-fi. I like weird sci-fi, like Shark with the 5 heads. That's
Okay.
like weird stuff like that.
Did you
It's
watch Game
funny
of
to
Thrones?
me. Hmm.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, like not all the way through, but I've watched Game of Thrones.
How you stop? We gonna talk offline because we gotta do something about this. This
I'm funny with I don't even know how to say action. I have to call those like I don't know mystical movies. It's like yeah.
okay. I guess
It's hard for me to stay with it. It's like I get the storyline and everything, but it's hard for me to really be. I like suspense.
suspense thrillers. Okay.
Suspense. Who did it? Figure it out.
Did you see the Who Done It with Adam Sandler? Those movies that was on.
Yeah, but you know what? I have not watched part 2, and I loved part 1.
You got.
I just haven't watched part 2 yet. Part 2 was good.
Part 2 was good. It was good.
Okay, yeah, that's like a comedy love who done it, all 3 in one. I like that.
All in one. And my favorite genre of movie, ironically, nobody would think is the romantic comedy.
Oh, romantic comedy. Okay,
That's what
that's my part number 2. My number 1 is straight suspense.
Yeah, probably my number 2 is suspense. So yeah,
Okay.
inverse.
Yeah.
All right, so music.
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You got to buy your own.
You remember that commercial?
No.
Okay, so there was a commercial with like 3 dudes on one side of the room, 3 ladies on one side of the room in the 70s or early 80s, afros.
Okay.
And they're like, the party isn't moving. Nobody's dancing. And he's like, I got this new record in the mirror the other day, brother. Like, oh, you got it? You got all these songs. Let me borrow it. No, my brother. You got to buy your own. But it was one of those compilation albums where they had the best songs of the 60s or the best songs of the 70s or the best songs of the 80s. And during the commercial, it would tell you all the songs that's on it. And I would get the party started, in this commercial. But the joke, because we all left watching that commercial for a decade, started going, hey, let me get some ketchup. No, my brother, you got to get your own.
So it's like, yeah.
So it became like a hood joke.
Yeah.
I use that for that. But speaking of music, are you hip to the Anita Baker and Babyface drama?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not 100% sure on. I understand the end of it. Like I understand what the fans were doing, how she responded, but what sparked the fans to attack her in the first place?
Kind of Babyface. She did a show in New York. My brother,
kind of Babyface.
My brother went to the show, and it was really her fault. In my opinion.
Okay.
We went to the show. She showed up late because she showed up so late, according to what Babyface said, that he wasn't able to go on because they had like an hour left or hour left. And she's like, well, I'm late and you can't go on. So you go over there and know tonight, I'm going to go.
Oh.
And his fans were like, dog, why you ain't perform? We paid all this money. He's like, I couldn't. She didn't like it. It's her tour. And they was like, oh, so you just want to show up late and not perform and not this and not that? And so they were going on her. And she got tired of that narrative. Like, he's not even an equal partner. He's my opening act. Y'all tripping. But he has more fans than she has.
Yeah.
So the noise was too loud. And she decided to kick him off the tour.
Yeah, I think kicking him off was wrong. Like, I mean, I felt like I'm not sure how this started, but now that I know, she definitely was wrong. You showed up late. He couldn't go. His fans responded. And so now you're punishing him because his fans are mad about not seeing him. Whether it's your show or not, you have him on your ticket. So on paper, it's your show. But technically, visually, it's y'all. So people expect the both of you.
You added him for a reason.
For her to be an OG, that was a little whack, but
Yeah. And she took some shots at him saying he don't like Beyonce, which is just weird to even throw that out there. and then saying you never called your fans off
She
for
said,
me.
I'm
So
gonna
you
take
got
you
to know.
down now.
Right. And I'm looking at Anita like, Queen Mother,
Auntie,
yeah, Auntie.
you need to take a nap.
Yeah, exactly. You need a nap. You need a nap. That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's a
And,
deal breaker. Yeah, Babyface is a man. I'm sorry. You tripping.
yeah. I grew up on
Yeah.
Babyface. My favorite couch karaoke songs is "Where Will You Go." As soon as I get home, and couch karaoke is something I
Two
never.
Occasions always in my favorite.
You
When
enjoy
I was a
it?
little girl, I mean, when I was in elementary school, that's when his videos was out and he had like the curly hair in the middle. And I just like had the biggest crush on Babyface when I was a little girl. Like, and what he was singing about, I was like, yes, yes, he's my person.
Okay, all right,
Only a child.
right. I liked how his songs always crescendoed at the end. It would be the regular song, and then that last chorus, he in the background, who is gonna love you? I want to know who gonna know who. They're always like had this
He just sounds so
explosion.
passionate. He sounds like he mean what he's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've always been infatuated with that because I've been very slow to feel, but I've loved love songs. I guess like the fake gangsters love the gangster songs. I was the fake lover, I guess. So I love the love songs. I always want to hear about how you can have your heart broken or these things you could feel. Like I've always wanted to feel that because I hadn't felt it. I was kind of stoic. And so when I heard the song about she broke his heart, I was like, "That's my song." He was hurt. I'm like, man, this is fire. And that's been my favorite kind of R&B. And Babyface has exemplified that. So I've always been just super passionate about hearing those kind of songs and enjoying it and just zoning out to them.
He's an amazing writer, and he knows how to arrange songs, and you can hear it.
The best.
So I would, and to hear that live, man.
As we wrap up, I do want to get your thoughts on something. No rap song or album has hit #1 this year so far, and that is the first time in 30 years. What you think about that?
I tell you why. You ain't got no Treese. It's like, nah, no.
Ain't got no
I mean, right. I'm not surprised because of what's out there. It all sounds like one long song running together. I agree with Charlemagne when he said, people are more focused on algorithm and likes and not passion and authenticity. It's just not there. And you need that. I like Lotto. I think she got more awards last year.
Yeah, I forgot.
But it's just not there. What you say?
Said Big Lotto.
Yeah, Big Lotto. It's nothing to really wow you. They have to put back in the passion and the work. Everything is so instant. Everything is so popcorn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And also Charlemagne also, and I piggyback it off of him. Every song is just about the guns, the guns, the guns. Like, y'all kids didn't even have guns. Like, the topics, and it's just like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I agree.
What you think?
I agree with what you're saying, but we also got the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, and other artists. I'm just surprised. Well, I guess none of the big dogs really came out this year.
I'm about to say nobody hasn't dropped. None of them haven't dropped anything.
Yeah, they all dropped last year. I mean, Dirk dropped this year. NBA YoungBoy dropped about 2-3 times this year. A lot of people just haven't dropped the big name artists.
Not the big name artists.
But some of the smaller artists would creep in too. So that's what makes it tricky because they would creep in with one hit.
Yeah, with one hit.
But nobody crept in yet this year.
No.
I think that Dirk and J. Cole song might be the first one.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. We'll watch for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They all sleep.
Yeah.
They're not focused enough on real passion. They focus on other things.
They'll be out fourth quarter. The big dogs.
Yeah.
The big dogs.
We'll
I do
see.
want to give y'all some good music to check out. Check out Moneybagg Yo's album. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Lil Durk, NBA Youngboy, like we spoke about. October London is a male singer on Snoop Dogg's new Death Row. And he just
October
did a
London.
whole
Okay.
ode to Marvin Gaye. Where they took a lot of
Okay.
Marvin Gaye's music and he just redid it. I don't know how he did it because Marvin Gaye sues everybody. His estate sues
Yeah, his
everybody.
family, his estate sues
I forgot
everybody.
the way they did that.
Yeah.
I don't know what
That was a dope clearance. That's Snoop. That's why Snoop cleared it. He
There
paid
you
for
go.
it. Yeah.
October in London, I spoke about Lotto and Barty. Lotto and Cardi B got a new record out.
Okay. I saw that.
Ombre does R&B on Rock Nation. Young lady. And it's fire. It's fire.
Okay.
I should check that out for sure. Fat Trail, DC Zone got a new project out. You should definitely check that out. And whoever's coming, I think that's Ashanti calling
Somebody's
it.
blowing you up.
It's Ashanti. It's Ashanti.
It's Ashanti.
I don't know why she's calling it.
No, the first call was Ashanti. Second call was Nelly.
That's crazy though.
Might be emergency.
I mean, it's over. Call Nelly. Tell her call Nelly. It's over. Don't call me. Call Nelly.
I can't.
Okay, I think that's all right. They finally stopped. Okay. I lost my. Where's all my music?
That might be that Virgo.
See, it might be the Virgo. That's some crazy stuff. He's calling, and it's still ringing. That is crazy. How do I even? I don't even.
Better answer, or you gonna be in trouble.
Right. So, Fat Trail new music out. Janelle Monáe, I love her new album.
Okay.
Finally,
he has a stalker, y'all. We all know now he has a stalker.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that you? No. I don't know why. What? I don't even know what that is. That's crazy. But apparently they're calling. They're not going to stop calling, and it's ringing that many times. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's ringing a lot.
Psycho. Like, yeah. And see, when we were talking about our deal breakers earlier, you can't.
Is that a deal breaker?
That's a deal breaker.
Calling back to back.
For me that many times during the middle of a podcast, on podcast night. That's bad.
5%er vibes, man.
I know that's 1%. I don't know what that is. Well, have you heard the new Fat Trail project?
No, but I heard someone mention it recently. I was at someone's house and someone came in saying you got to hear Fat Trail's new album. He said,
"I like it."
Okay.
He's done some good stuff. He's done some stuff that whatever. But I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Actually, they may have played one. So, and it sound good. Now that I remember. But yeah.
Sure. Shout out to my new boo Ashanti. Stop blowing up my phone. It's over. I'm with Janelle Monáe now. We're gonna go on and find us a lipstick lover. So you gotta relax. We probably. And Janelle Monáe album is a vibe. I definitely say it's a vibe. It's something good to listen to. And before we get up out of here, Treese, I want to thank you for being a part of the podcast. I told you months and months ago,
anytime. Yes.
I would love to have you on and the rest of the crew. And you are the first one to come on. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And let everybody know where they can find you, where they can listen to Talk with Treese, and where they can
get you.
Y'all. And where I'll be next, because I expect to be on the show.
Yes. You're going to have to come on right, and we're going to talk about these zodiacs and some of these Christians. No, everybody follow me on Instagram at The Real Miss Treese. And Talk to Treese is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Instagram Live. Come, follow me, join, comment, send me ideas, send me topics. That's where I'm at right now. Instagram is my home right now. So that's all you got to do. You can follow my Facebook page. Lord, my Facebook page. That's so sad. I stay on Instagram. Facebook page is Treese. Okay?
Okay.
Treese. You can also follow me on TikTok, The Real Miss Treese. Okay, but Instagram, that's how you can find me always and get to everything you need to get to. My music, my photos, my podcast, and a little bit of everyday life.
There it is. And as always, you can find me on YouTube at No Breaks New, excuse me, and on Instagram at No Breaks New, Facebook at No Breaks New. And you can also find a Pod Named Kickback everywhere as well. And I'm on TikTok at No Breaks New as well.
Okay.
So just follow me everywhere you can follow me.
Follow.
Thank y'all for tuning in. And this year we're gonna keep giving you new content, keep giving you some of the best co-hosts to feature because it's your boy. I'm just bringing on the best people that I could find that's gonna make this podcast pop. And Treese was definitely one of the best additions of the year. So I appreciate you being here. I want to get you going before the year ends. Before the year ends, gotta get you back.
All right, that's cool. That'll be cool. This was fun. Can't wait to come back. And thank you. Thanks, y'all.
Uno. We out.
All right. Peace.
No breaks. No breaks. No breaks.
Bye, brother.